Hello, guys. Good evening. How are you today?
Hi, Miss Angie. I'm doing great.
Hi, Lizzie. Good evening. How are you doing today? A little bit less tired or every day is exactly the same?
Every day is the same.
I understand you, stupid adult life. How are your doggies doing?
They are well. They are all sleeping here in my room.
Excellent. I think we have a little mischief in there playing with a shoe. But let's hope that he doesn't bark a lot during the lesson.
Okay, let's hope so.
I hope so, because he's one of a kind. One of a kind, my dog. Okay, now Jorge, hi, how are you today?
Hi, teacher. Hi, Liz. How are you? Fine, thank you.
Hi, Jorge.
Fine. Hi. Everything's fine. A lot of hot here in Cuernavaca.
What, really? In here it's like
Well,
cloudy.
I don't know, or maybe my house, but too much hot.
Oh my God. Well, too many hot or
many.
too much hot?
Too much hot.
Exactly, because remember that hot is something uncountable. So you never use many with an uncountable noun. You can say many people, many children, many chairs, but with the uncountable, it's much love, much time, much hot. You don't use many with uncountables, okay?
Yes, okay.
Excellent, very correct, guys. So let's go straight into your torture. Did you have time to check the video on gerunds and infinitives?
Yes, I did, but I didn't understand.
Why? What was the problem with that one?
It's complicated.
Yes, unfortunately, it's a confusing grammar topic. I know, but don't worry. Let the light be done. We will focus on that in a few more seconds. Now, what about you, Jorge? Did you have the opportunity to watch the video?
Well, I just finished before I start the class to
Before
watch the
starting
video,
the
before starting
class?
classes. Yes. But I'm like said Liz, it's a little complicated to understand, not?
Yes. It's not precisely like a piece of cake. This is actually like the type of grammatical structure that you are expected to learn in an intermediate level. So yes, things are going to get a little bit harder, but don't worry, guys. Don't worry. Learning English is not impossible. It's actually easy. You only need to get the trick. Now, let us check. What is the difference between an infinitive and a gerund? How do you recognize one and the other?
One is with the two.
Two.
I don't remember which one. And the other is with the end on ing.
Exactly, very correct. Infinitives are the ones that always contain the preposition to plus the verb in the base form. To eat, to drink, to go, to do. The verb is always in the base form. When you have the preposition to, you don't conjugate the verb. I mean, it can be done, but it's only in a very few specific cases. In a general level, when you have the preposition to, you don't conjugate the verb. It stays in the base form. And gerunds, precisely, are always with the ing ending, okay? Very good. Okay, now, I know it was confusing and difficult, but what is the difference between using an infinitive and using a gerund? How to tell them apart?
With the preposition to is to give an order.
Good. For example, Liz, can you think of an example for that use?
Please don't forget to buy beers in the supermarket.
Exactly. I like that sentence. Very well played, Liz. Exactly. Don't forget. What thing? To buy beers in the supermarket, like that is the command. Now, be very careful, guys. Order versus command. This is a false friend because it resembles the word orden in Spanish, but order in English refers to, for example, to the order of things. Ajá, el orden de las cosas. When you refer to órdenes, like you need to do this, then we call them commands. Okay, commands in English are órdenes. You need to do this. An order refers to please order those files, order your thoughts. That is the difference. Okay, so yes, we use the infinitive when giving a command. Okay, but what about this one? If I tell you, don't forget about buying beers in the supermarket. Is it the same idea?
And well, I understand that when you use it ing, for example, you never you buy in this supermarket in your life, not?
Okay, exactly. It's not precisely like a command because it's not a special event, but it's like a usual thing. Don't forget about buying this in the supermarket. Like you always do it. I'm just reminding you not to forget about it. Now, guys, in here, what is the change in structure? Don't forget to buy. Don't forget about buying. This is a general rule that I think les va a hacer el paro. In a general level, in English, after a preposition, you always use a gerund. Ajá. In the case of about, for example, acerca de, acerca something, that is a preposition. Okay, so don't forget about gerund form, buying with the ing. Don't forget about going for your laundry. Don't forget about doing your homework. As you can see, as I have the preposition about, the name of the activity, the continuation, always takes the ing form. Precisely. Okay, what else can you tell me about gerunds and infinitives? Like what other general things did you watch in the video? Lisa's face like, please no. So, well, do you want to tell me anything else or you prefer to start clarifying the topic? What is more useful to you? Clarifying. All right, even if you don't tell me. Okay, guys, so in the WhatsApp group, I uploaded a Word document, and I put something like, guys, this is today's material, something like that. It's a Word document. Please open it and download it because it's going to help you for the next activities. But anyway, let me share my screen with you. Just give me 2 tiny seconds and I will open it as well. Give me 1 second. And okay, give me one, guys, because I have something important to tell to my brother who is in here today. La cafetera. And he knows. Okay, guys, thank you. So sorry. I look like a terrible sister, but I'm the older sister, so I give a lot of commands, you know? Now, guys, in here, we older brothers suck every time. Okay, guys, very good. So infinitives versus gerunds. In here, you have some general notions on how to use them. Okie dokie. Later, we will focus on the why, but right now, let's focus on how to use them. So infinitive. Always remember, as I told you at the beginning, that an infinitive is the preposition to plus a verb in the base form. That's how you recognize infinitives. It's always this combination. Now, the first general rule, give me 1 second. Oh, no. What am I doing? I cannot see. Okay, very good. So in here you have the first rule, guys. You use infinitives after adjectives. Always, if you have an adjective, you must continue with an infinitive form. Now, what is an adjective? How do you define an adjective? What is the
Well,
function of an adjective?
the verb ends with ing.
No, that's a gerund. A gerund
Okay.
is when the word finishes in ing, but an adjective, what is an adjective, guys?
Is to describe something.
Exactly. It's a word that you use to describe something or someone, but that's the only function of an adjective, okay? You can only use it to describe, qualify, qualify, or yes, describe, qualify, or define a noun, only a noun. Adjectives only define nouns, sustantivos, okay? Only. You can describe something or someone. That is the only function of an activity. Of an activity, of an adjective. So, for example, the new computer is really easy. Easy is an adjective. So, to use. Easy to use. Only because we have an adjective in here, we must continue with an infinitive. This is very difficult to answer. I also have the word difficult, another adjective, so to answer, infinitive form. This is hard to understand. Hard, again, is an adjective, so you continue with the infinitive form. Hard to understand, okay? So that is the first rule. After any adjective form, you continue with an infinitive. Always, in all cases, okay? And after specific verbs, okay? So for example, in here we have, he refused to pay the bill. Then again, why are we using to pay with refuse? Because that's the way it works. With the specific verbs, you always continue with infinitives. I can't afford to pay for that thing. Afford to pay. I agree to continue. Okay, I agree to continue. Then again, an infinitive. I expect to pass my examinations. That, as you can see, with these verbs in particular, you always continue with an infinitive form. Now, guys, analyze the verbs. Do you know the meaning of all of these verbs, or you want to clarify some of the meanings?
Yes, beg, I don't know what it means.
Beg. Okay, I will give you an example. Imagine like a man saying to his girlfriend, please don't leave me. I swear I will change. I won't be a horrible person, but please don't leave me. What is beg?
I beg your pardon.
I beg your pardon. Exactly. It's rogar. I beg your pardon. Ruego que me disculpe. I beg your pardon. I'm begging you. Don't leave me. Te estoy rogando. Beg is rogar. Okay. Excellent. What other one do you want to clarify?
Hesitate.
Hesitate. Okie dokie. That's like dudar, you know? I didn't know if I should drink or if I shouldn't drink. So I was hesitating when someone offered me tequila. You know, like I can't decide. I don't know if yes or no. That's to hesitate, Liz. Okay.
Thank you.
No, you're very welcome. What other verb do you want to clarify? Or the rest are clear, guys? How do you feel? Yes, the rest of the meanings are claros como el chapopote?
No, arrange.
Arrange, okie dokie, in here. Arrange is like arreglar algo, but not in the sense of está descompuesto, it needs fixing. Arrange, arreglar, in the sense of yo me encargo. Please, don't worry, I can arrange that meeting. As simple as that. Or, I'm a party expert. I can arrange your birthday party, for example. Arrange.
Okay.
Excellent. What other one, guys? Or the rest is fine?
For me, it's fine.
For you, it's fine. What about you, Jorge? Everything is clear?
Yeah, it's clear. Just I have a question. For example, all these words are adjectives?
No, these ones are the specific verbs that always take the infinitive.
Okay.
Always. After these verbs, you always continue with an infinitive form. Always. Okay?
The second rule, no?
Exactly. It's point
Yeah.
number 2. Very good. Exactly. Excellent. Now, Karen, do you have any questions or clear?
Yes, only these specific verbs, I suppose that we have to memorize.
Yeah, that's part of the problem. Exactly. You have to learn them by heart. Exactly. When you learn by heart, aprendes de memoria. You have to learn them by heart and obviously getting used to use them in a conversation so that you always get the correct combination. It's practice, 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 Karen. Yes.
Okay.
Excellent. Very correct, guys. Now, the gerund form, okay? Gerund. Remember that this gerund is characterized by having an ing ending, okay? All gerunds have an ing ending, okay? Now, in here, guys, it's important to establish the difference between a gerund and a verb in the continuous form because they are not the same, okay? A verb always talks about an action, okie dokie, always about an action. So I am reading a book. The action is read and it's in progress in this moment. So you combine with verb to be. I am reading. That's a verb. The word reading is acting as a verb because it's an action. But gerunds never act as verbs. Okay, they are not verbs. They have different functions. Here, we have them specified, okay, as the subject of a clause. Okay, now, this sounds like Chinese, but what is a clause, guys? And it's not the ho, ho, ho guy, okay? What is a clause? Do you know?
Cláusula.
Exactly. It's like a kind of cláusula. Grammatically speaking, a clause is the definition for any structure that contains a subject with its corresponding verb. That is a clause, the combination of a subject plus a verb. Okay, so for example, if I tell you, yes, for example, I am sleeping. This is a clause. It has a clear subject, I, and it has a clear action, am sleeping. And the idea is super clear. I am sleeping. You already know the meaning. So that is a clause, always. Now, gerunds can act as the subject of clauses, okay? So, for example, in here, cycling is good for your health. Okay, el ciclismo es bueno para tu salud. In here is not pedalear. It's not an action. The action is verb to be, is. That is the verb of the sentence. Cycling has an ing, but it's not acting as the action of the sentence, is the subject. Okay, so we know that is acting as a subject is not a verb. So it's a gerund form, okay? Now, guys, up until now, is this idea, is this difference clear or it's kind of confusing?
Confusing.
Confusing, okay, interesting. What is the meaning of subject? What is a subject?
Is the person or the thing that we are talking about.
Exactly. Is the person or the thing that does the action. For example, in here, I am sleeping. Who is sleeping?
I.
I. So I is your subject. Why? Because this I is doing the action. As simple as that. That is the thing with gerunds. They don't act as actions. They act as subject. ¿Qué es lo que es bueno para tu salud? El ciclismo. Okay, this is the verb, this is the complement, and cycling is the subject. It has an ing, but it's not acting as the verb. It's not an action, it's the subject. Okay, and in here, sleeping finishes with an ing, but it has a subject and verb to be. So in this case, sleeping is a verb. In this case, cycling is a subject. So this is a verb in the continuous form, and this is a subject. It's a gerund. Okay? Is the difference a little bit clearer now or still confusing?
It's more clear.
Okay, it's clearer. Very good. Jorge, how do you feel?
Yeah, it's more clear.
Excellent. Very good. Right now, remember, more clear? Clearer.
Clearer.
Clearer, más claro. You don't have to add more. Clearer, más claro. Very good. So guys, this is the first use. Gerunds can be the subjects of the sentence. Cycling is good for your health. Eating healthy is important for you. In that example, eating healthy, that is the subject. Is the verb. Important for you is the complement. I don't know. Having drinks with your friends is fun. Having drinks is the subject. That is the activity that is fun. Okay? It's a gerund acting as a subject. Now, in the second case, as I was telling you, you always use a gerund after a preposition. Okay? So don't forget about buying beer. I did my homework before going out. You have the preposition before, antes de, so you continue with a gerund, going out, okay? And finally, you also have a list of specific verbs that are always followed by a gerund. For example, the verb enjoy. You don't say, I enjoy to cook. It's the verb enjoy. So you continue with a gerund. I enjoy cooking. I love reading. And so on and so on. So these are the three uses of a gerund, guys. You can use it as the subject of your sentence, after a preposition, and after a specific verbs. Now, guys, in here, check the verbs. Do you want to check the meaning of any of them? Or is super clear?
I don't know what it means then.
This one, deny?
Oh, deny? Yeah.
Deny, very good. That is negar. He denied knowing the woman. You know, denied knowing is a gerund. Él negó conocer a la mujer. He denied knowing the woman. As you're using the verb deny, then knowing with an ing is a gerund. Okay? What other verb you don't understand, guys? Oh my God, no.
Permit is permitir.
Yes, exactly. Very good. But the pronunciation is permit, not permit, permit.
Permit.
Exactly. Okay. Very correct. What other one?
Fancy.
Fancy. Okay, this is like a synonym of enjoy. Is disfrutar. Aha. So for example, do you fancy going out on Fridays? Do you enjoy going out on Fridays? Is a synonym. Okay. Very good. What else, guys? Or the rest is clear?
It's clear.
Excellent, very good. Okay, guys, now in here we have another category. It's a verb that includes a preposition, and as it includes a preposition, is followed by a gerund. As you can see, all these verbs contain prepositions. Accuse of, acusar de, agree with, estar de acuerdo con, apologize for, disculparse por, ask about, preguntar por, believe in, creer en. All these verbs include the action plus a preposition. And as you have preposition, preposition, you continue with a gerund. Okay? For example, I'm looking forward to. This is one of the exceptions, guys. As you can see, you have the preposition to, but you continue with the gerund, not with the infinitive. You don't say, I'm looking forward to see you again. That is incorrect. Why? Because the verb is look forward to. It contains the preposition to. That's part of the verb structure. So you continue with a gerund. I'm looking forward to meeting you. I'm looking forward to teaching you. This is one of the exceptions. This to is already part of the verb. So as the preposition is already part of the verb, you continue with the gerund form. Okay, guys? Understood or difficult? How do you feel with this information? Any questions?
Yeah.
Jorge, like, well, yeah, what can I tell you?
No,
Okay.
we have to study too much not to understand how we can use it.
Yes, indeed, it will take us a few like session studies so you can practice. But don't worry, little by little, there is no rush. There is no rush. In here, guys, look at the verbs with the prepositions. Tell me, do you have questions about the meanings of these verbs? Like in combination with the preposition.
Mm.
Check them out and tell me if you have questions.
Carry on.
Carry on. Okie dokie. It's like continuar con. Like imagine I'm explaining something. One of you has a question. I answer the question and well, okay, guys, let's carry on with the rest of the class. Like vamos a continuar con. Carry on. Okay. What other one?
Blame for.
Blame for. Okie dokie. Where is that? Okay, blame for. Like culpar por. Okay. For example, you are the one to blame for my bad luck. Eres a quien culpar por this specific thing. You're the one to blame for the accident because you didn't follow the instructions. Blame for. What else, guys?
Care for.
Care for. Okie dokie. This one is here. Care for. Like cuidar de or que alguien te importa. Okay? For example, you can say nannies care for children when their parents are gone. Ajá, like cuidan de los niños, care for children when their parents are gone. Okay, Karen?
Okay.
Excellent, very good. Which other one? Don't be shy, really, no problem. So, no more questions about the verbs, guys? The rest is clear?
Keep
Feel
on.
like.
Give me 1 second. Can you repeat, Jorge?
Yeah, feel like.
Feel like, okay. Sentirse como. Like a very typical example is, I feel like shit. You know, like, así me siento, I feel like shit. Ajá.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. It made sense. That's a good thing. Okay. What other one?
Keep on.
Keep on. This is a synonym of carry on. Ajá. Guys, do you have any questions? No, not for the moment. Okay, so keep on going. Continúen. Keep on going. Mhm.
Okay.
Excellent. Which other one, guys? Or it's clear so far? Yes, no other questions, people?
No.
Okie dokie, very good. So guys, to summarize, okay, remember, gerunds have an ing ending, but they are not verbs. They are not actions. They can act as subjects. They can be after a preposition, after a specific verbs, or after a specific verbs that include prepositions, okay? In a general level, those are the uses, okay? But now, in here we have like a distinction. Words followed either by infinitive or ing form. Now, in here, guys, what is the correct pronunciation? Either or either?
Either.
Okay, what do you think? Either or either? Actually, both are correct, guys. The difference is the type of English. In American English, you say either. Okay, that is American English, either. And in British English, you say either. But the pronunciation is correct in the two ways. It only depends on the type of English, either or either. Okay, so in here, guys, we have some verbs that it's not important if we use an infinitive or a gerund. The meaning is exactly the same. I started to read, infinitive. I started reading, gerund. No change in the meaning. It's exactly the same, period. There are no changes in meaning if you use either the infinitive or the gerund. No problem. The meaning is exactly the same. Now, what about the verbs? Do you understand all of them, or you want to clarify one or two or whatever?
Attempt.
Attempt. Okay, attempt is intentar. Ajá. It's similar like to try. Okay. I attempted to finish my work, or I attempted finishing my work, but I was too tired. Ajá. Like I tried. Okay. What other one?
Bother.
Bother, like molestar. Ajá. Can I help you with something? No, don't bother. Don't bother. I'm fine. Go home. No te molestes. Okay. What else?
Cannot bear.
Okay. Beer
Bear.
is a delicious thing. Bear. Cannot bear.
Bear.
Exactly, like the animal. Cannot bear. Bear. No puedo soportar. For example, I cannot bear grammar classes. They are too complicated. I cannot bear. No la soporto. All right. What else? Or that's all?
Intend.
Intend. Like tener la intención de hacer algo. I intended to invite you to my party, but you weren't available. Ajá, hice el intento. I intended to. I intended to invite you, or I intended inviting you. Exactly the same. Okay. Anything else in this part, guys? Okie dokie, very good. So remember, these verbs, it doesn't matter if you follow with infinitive or gerund, the meaning is exactly the same. Now, in here, we have words with the same meaning, but with a different use. In here, guys, we have the verb advise, aconsejar, allow or permit, like permitir, and forbid, prohibir. Now, when you use these verbs with an infinitive, you don't include, you include the object. I'm sorry, you always include the object. I advise who? You.
You.
He allowed who? Her to take the car. She forbids who? Us to smoke. As you can see, before the infinitive, you need to clarify what is your object. I advise to go by bus. Who am I advising? You. That is the object. He allowed to take the car. He allowed who? Her. This is the object. She forbids to smoke. Who is she forbidding to smoke? Us. So we include the object, the verb, plus the object, plus the infinitive. Advise you to go, allowed her to take, forbids us to smoke. Okay, verb, object, infinitive. But with gerunds, you don't include the object. I advise going by bus. As you can see, in here, we're not specifying who is the advice for. We're only including the advice in general. I advise what? Going by bus. Verb plus gerund. He allowed taking the car. Verb plus infinitive. But we're not saying who. Only the action in general. She forbids smoking. Verb plus gerund. It's not someone in a specific. It's in general. She forbids smoking in general. She forbids us to smoke. Is very specific, only us, okay? Do you understand this distinction, guys? Or you need more examples in this category? How do you feel? I'm worried about you guys. You look like you want to kill yourselves.
I'm worried too.
Why are you? Why?
Because it's a difficult topic.
Do you consider it to be complicated? But why? Because of all of the rules or in
Yes.
general? Oh, okay.
All of the rules.
Yes, I imagine, but don't worry. It's going to be little by little. Today, we clarify like the grammatical part, so you can study tomorrow. And then after that, exercises so that you get used to the form. Don't worry. We won't continue to another topic until you feel super experts with this one, okay? So don't worry, don't worry. I have patience, Okay, guys, so can we continue to the next category or you have questions about this rule?
I'm okay with these rules.
Okay, very good. So in here, guys, we have words that take a different meaning depending if we use an infinitive or a gerund. Okay, the meaning can change in this case. So for example, we have the verbs forget and remember. If you use it with an infinitive, you are speaking about the future. If you use it with the gerund, you're speaking about the past. So for example, remember to switch off the lights. Recuerda apagar las luces, like in 5 minutes that you go, in 1 hour that you leave the house, you're referring to the future. Do you remember switching off the lights? ¿Recuerdas haber apagado las luces? Ajá, like 2 hours ago, 10 minutes ago. Do you remember doing that in the past versus don't forget to do that in the future? In infinitive, it's about the future. In gerund, refers to the past. Now, go on. Go on, like continuar, go on, go on. So when you use it with an infinitive, you refer to start a new activity, something new. When you use it with gerund, you continue with a past action, an action that you began, but you had an interruption, so you're going to continue with the action again. For example, go on to read. Empieza a leer. Go on to read. It's the beginning of the activity. Go on reading. I'm sorry I interrupted you. You can continue. That is the difference, okay, between using an infinitive and a gerund. Now, regret, arrepentirse. Very similarly, when you use it with infinitive, it's about the future. When you use it with gerund, it's about the past. I regret to say that's wrong. Lamento decir que está mal. Yo sé que va a desencadenar una discusión, pero lamento decirte que estás equivocado. You know, it's about something, a future consequence. I regret saying that. Lamento haber dicho que está mal. So I did it. I cannot change it, but I'm sorry. I cannot change the action. It happened, but I'm sorry. Okay? Future and past. That is the difference in meaning. Now, stop. When you use with infinitive, you interrupt the action. When you use it with gerund, you definitely finish it, like once and for all, forever and ever. I stopped to smoke because I had to open the door. I'm interrupting the action because I need to open the door. I stopped to smoke, but I will continue smoking eventually. I stopped smoking, like forever and ever. I won't touch another cigarette any time of my life. A definite thing, a definite ending, and a temporary interruption to do another activity. That is the difference in meaning. And finally, the verb try, intentar. When you use it with an infinitive, you refer to do something complicated. And when you use it with gerund, it's like, como el borras, pues vamos a ver qué pasa. Tú aviéntate. That is the meaning with the gerund, okay? You see what happens. For example, try to solve this riddle. Intenta resolver el acertijo. A riddle is generally complicated, so to solve. Intenta resolverlo. Try to solve, okay? Try talking to him. Ay, aviéntate, hazle la plática. ¿Qué puedes perder? That is the idea, como el borras. Aviéntate a hacerlo, okay? Then again, I know it's a lot of information, guys, but about this part, do you have questions about the change in meaning, or do you need additional examples, or ahí va? How do you feel?
For me, it's clear.
Excellent, Karen, very good. Liz and Jorge, how do you feel? Additional examples, or you hate me, but it's okay?
It's okay. Ahí va.
Ahí va. Okay, very good, very good. So, in that case, guys, you have all the theory available in there for you. So, guess what? Exercise time. So, guys, in here, for example, in here we have a lot of people, this is the subject, are worried, this is the verb, about, this is a preposition, their jobs. Now, you have lose. What is the correct form you need to give to lose? To lose or losing? What is the correct answer?
Losing.
Losing.
Exactly. because we have a preposition, so we
Preposition.
continue with the gerund. About losing, period. Only because we have the preposition about, so I continue with the gerund form. Now, guys, you have some other sentences in here, and we have 10 minutes. So let's see how far can you get in 7 minutes, guys, okay? Do the rest of the sentences. Remember, you have all the theory in the previous pages. So do the next sentences, and in a few minutes, we check and correct. You have 7 minutes. If you have questions, tell me and I help you. Go. You can do this, guys. Don't hate me, guys. Or do, but learn. that is a goal. I'll be back in 2 seconds, guys. I'm just giving some water to my doggies and I'll be back to you. If you have questions, shout out for me. I will listen to you. My house is not a mansion, so I will listen to you. Ready to check, guys? Or you need a few more minutes?
I am ready.
You ready, Lizzie? Very good. Jorge, Karen, can we check?
Mm,
Yes,
yes.
I'm ready.
Perfect. Okie dokie, guys. So number 2, what is the correct form?
He agreed to buy a new car.
Exactly. He agreed what? To buy a new car. Agree is always followed by an infinitive. So he agreed to do this. Exactly. Very correct. To buy. Excellent. Now, what about this one? What is the correct form?
To answer,
To answer. Precisely. We have an adjective, easy, so we continue with an infinitive. To answer. Very good. Now, what about number 4?
Not everyone can afford to go.
Okay, in here, pay attention in here. Where is it? Where is it? Oh my God. Afford. Ah, yes, precisely. Well, so not everyone can afford to go to university. Yes, Jorge, excellent, very correct. Now in here, oh my God. Oh, yes. Okay, so in here, can afford to go to. We have a second preposition because we're indicating the place. To go where? To university. The second to is a preposition indicating the place. To go to where? University. But yes, perfect. I look forward to you at the weekend. What is the answer?
seeing,
Seeing you.
To seeing you, exactly. This is look forward to. So it includes a preposition. We continue with the gerund. Very good. Now in number 6, what is the correct answer?
visiting,
Visiting.
Visiting, perfect. You have the preposition of, so you continue with the gerund. Now in 7,
Arriving.
Arriving.
exactly. You have the preposition for, so you continue with the gerund for arriving. Very good. What about 8?
Making.
Very good. We have stop, so we continue with the gerund. Stop making noise, not stop to make. Very good. She doesn't mind what? What about this one, guys? She doesn't mind what?
Working.
Working. Perfect. Yes. Excellent. You have the verb mind in here. Let me find it. Yes. Mind, like importar. So she doesn't mind working the night shift. Like a ella no le importa trabajar en el turno nocturno. Doesn't mind working in gerund. Finally, I learned what?
Right. Riding.
Okay.
To ride.
Can you repeat, Lizzie?
To ride.
To ride. Okie dokie. So in here, learn. We have the verb learn. So it's a specific verb. You continue with the infinitive form. Precisely. I learned what? To ride
Yes.
the bike. Okay. Excellent. Very good, guys. So how do you feel now? Is it too complicated still or a little bit easier now? How do you feel?
easier,
It's
Yes.
easier on practice.
Exactly. I told you, it's not that complicated. Practice and all is coming. Okie dokie, guys. So we're going to continue with this topic on next class. Obviously, this is only like the grammatical practice, okay? We will have some speaking activities with this, but first, we're going to focus on the grammar so that you have opportunity to check, okay? And to practice. Now, for homework, guys, please do the 10 sentences in exercise number 2. Okay, we decided what a new car, only these 10 sentences we check in class and we continue with the rest of the exercises. You have the document. Remember, it's a Word document for you, and you can edit the answers. So we will continue with this topic next class. Thank you for coming here to suffer, guys. I really hope that you consider the topic easy in a few more sessions. Do your homework. If you have any questions or you want to clarify something, send me a message and I will help you. If not, I'll see you on Thursday to continue with this process. Thank you very much, guys. Have a lovely evening and I'll see you very soon.
Yes, goodbye.
Thank you. See you
Goodbye,
later.
guys.
Bye.
Thank
Bye,
you.
see you evening.
Bye,
Bye.
beautiful doggy.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, guys.